guys ready? All right, I hereby call this meeting into order. This is the special magistrate for the City of West Palm Beach. I will be the special magistrate for today's hearing. I want to begin by explaining how the process is going to work. Generally, we hear the building cases on the agenda first, and the city will call the cases in the order in which they appear on the agenda. If you've appeared at today's hearing, your case will be called before those where no one has appeared. That is only true if you have signed in. Please make sure if you have not that you have signed in at the sheet in the rear of the chamber. Once your case is called, I ask that you come down to the podium on my right-hand side, which is right over here. The city will put on its testimony and evidence first. You will have an opportunity to review that evidence and ask questions of any of the city's witnesses. You will also have an opportunity to testify and to present me with your own evidence. Once I have all the testimony and evidence, I will make a ruling. I will enter a written order either today, at the hearing, or in the next few weeks, which you'll receive a copy of. If you have any questions as we go through the process, please feel free to ask them. This is not a formal courtroom. The formal rules of evidence do not apply here. Now, although this is not a formal courtroom, all testimony today is given under oath under penalty of perjury. So if you're going to testify or you think you may testify, I'm going to ask that you stand and raise your right hand, and I will swear you in. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida?
Yes, sir.
Please be seated. The city can call their first case.
Agenda item number 1, case number CEBLD 231000444. Case address 335 South Chillingworth Drive.
Good morning. My name is Saul Yarmish. I'm City Inspector, building for West Palm Beach. So, case number CEBLD 2310044, 335 South Chillingworth. They enclosed the carport without a permit. I issued the violation on September 29th of 2023. The notice of violation was sent to him a certified mail and regular mail on 3/26/24. It was posted in City Hall on 3/28/24. It was posted on the property on 3/19/2024. Certified mail was delivered on 3/28/24. The violation is still enclosed carport without a permit. What else? Pictures?
That they were shown.
Pictures have been shown. Oh, hello, how are you?
I'm good.
The pictures have been shown and accurately depict the alleged violation and reflect what I'm testifying to. The permits and inspection are required for the work I observed for what is displayed in the pictures shown. Permits have not been applied for, and they have not been issued. Inspections have not been performed. I have had contact with the owner, and there was no resolution. The city recommends to give 30 days to comply and get a permit, or reinstate the permit that he has that expired, and if he doesn't comply within 30 days, to a $50 fine each day after that. Okay, good morning. He's applied for a permit in 2021, which never was never issued due to lack of information that the planning or the review wanted from him, and he never gave.
Is there a pending permit approval at the city level, or has it denied because of state?
It expired. It just, yes.
The photographs that were shown previously. Andreen, I don't think your mic is on.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. Do I need to repeat for the record?
If you could, please.
Okay, sure. Just for the record, sir, and regarding a permit, has a permit been applied for?
No.
And you indicated one was applied in 2021,
Yes,
and that permit is currently, that application is currently expired?
yes.
And what is the reason for that? Just for the record, since my mic wasn't on.
The expired part, I guess, was because the time expired.
And the photographs that we're seeing indicate regarding, it's indicative of the posting of the notice of violation?
Yes,
Okay, and those photographs, you took those personally?
I believe so.
Did you take the photographs?
Yes,
Okay, and to your knowledge, those photographs truthfully and accurately depict the violations you've observed as well as the posting of the notice of violation?
yes.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further from the city special magistrate.
All right, sir, can you tell me your name, please? Sir,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me your name, please?
Okay, the problem is, I went to the city of West Palm Beach.
Sir, over here.
Over here?
Here, can you see me?
Oh.
No, stay.
Okay.
Can you tell me your name, sir?
My name is Rosemar Nelson.
Are you the owner of the home, sir?
Yeah.
I have Elsine Rosemont.
I am.
Okay, that's you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tell me what's going on.
What's going on? I came to the city, West Palm Beach. They give me a permit, I pay for. The lady told me, soon the job is halfway, I have to come in, talk to the officer to locate what I do. I do that, what she told me to do. I come in the halfway, I stop the job. It's not a big job. Is it in something exists? I just close the garage. When I come in, I have every time I come in, I find 3, 4, 5 different inspector. I say, I can't believe that. This inspector told me I didn't have any permit. This one, I don't have permit. This one told me I don't have no permit. I said, yes, I have a permit. I come in with my receipt, I show. They say, no, you're not supposed to do nothing because you didn't have permit. I say, I have a permit. I did. I pay for that. Okay. Every month I walk on the city West
Hold on
Palm
one
Beach.
sec.
Okay.
I think I understand the
You don't
the
understand
problem.
good.
No, I think I do. It sounds like you applied for a permit in 2021, which is to apply, is to fill out some paperwork and to pay a fee.
Yeah.
But before the city can issue the permit, they have to review it. And it sounds like what happened is the city had questions about your permit, and they didn't get responses from you, so the permit was never issued. Do you understand?
I understand.
So what the city is asking is that within 30 days, you actually either, I guess, could he reinstate the previous permit? Is that possible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah. So you have to either reinstate the previous permit or apply for a new one. Do you think you can do that?
I do that. This is my receipt. I don't know why I.
Can you show that to the
he
officer so he knows what we're talking about?
he has a receipt that he did,
This is the receipt.
he has a receipt that he applied for he did something with it, but there's nothing in the computer that changes.
Can you
I
take a
don't-
look at that and tell me what he's got there?
And Special Magistrate, may I have a look at
Yeah.
it after the officer does? Thank you.
This is a receipt to renew expired permit.
When was that done?
It was done on 3/4/2024.
It should be in the computer by now, I would think, right?
This permit still shows expired. Would you-
Thank you. This year. Excuse me, Mr. Mark, I know you're not building. Is there someone from building here that supervisor? That can look at this? It seems like the invoice is March, so it seems recent than 2021.
So they paid for renewal, what is the violation, is he has to get inspections and obtain a permit, right? So it still has not been a permit issued.
Has the inspection been done since?
There hasn't been a permit has not been issued. He doesn't, he did apply for that, but, to reinstate, he gave somebody money and he has a receipt, but there's nothing in the computer that says he has a permit.
Yeah.
The permit from 2021 is still expired. So in order to do inspection, he needs a permit.
So, Andrine, just if I could just interject. So there were two violations here. One's for obtaining a building permit and the other's for obtaining the required inspections. The case is not going to be complied until that happens. So he has to obtain the permit, so just paying to renew it it was never issued. He still has to go through all the plan review and stuff and pass all the plan reviews before the permit is issued.
Thank you for the clarification. I'm just wondering if the lapse or the limbo is on the city's end, or is there something else other than this that the owner has to now do, and that he's aware of that process? That's where I think we are. Is he, and I know this permit is through permitting.
Again,
I
no,
understand that.
I'm not sure
Right.
what.
I don't know where the hiccup is that, and that's what
I don't know
we're trying to
either. I
figure.
don't
Right,
know.
we don't know. He's saying he's paid, and clearly since 2021, because we're looking at a document that says 2024. I just don't know where the hiccup or where we're in lapse or limbo. Is it on the city's end, or is there something affirmatively the owner needs to do, but he's just not aware of what the next step is?
I believe he's aware that besides reinstating the permit, he has to give the city the information that they requested, which he has not done
Okay.
from 2021.
Special magistrate, did you want to look at this document, or?
No,
Okay.
I think I
Turn it
understand.
to-
I mean, I think I understand that he paid for one, but I mean, I don't want to hold him to something he doesn't understand, which is to say, he's paid to reinstate the permit. Did he get, is there some evidence that he got notification that there's something he has to do?
So when a permit goes through review and they send them back and it says, resubmit for certain
Well,
requirements.
Since he's paid this in March, did the city send him a notice saying this is what you need to do next?
Nothing has changed. I've spoken to him since he's paid for it and told him what he needs to do. And we even met, where did we meet? At the commissioner's office?
Yeah.
We met over there. He went to the we met over there and I explained to him what needs to be done, but nothing has been done.
Mr. Roseman, do you understand what needs to be done?
Yeah, but my problem, I paid two people. One take $800 to do to done the permit for me, and not the permit, the job. He take the $800. Another one take $400.
Well,
One of them never do nothing.
I get that you paid for the permit, but the permit doesn't issue until the city completes its review. And so what I'm trying to understand is, do you understand what you need to do to get the city to complete its review?
But now I don't know what to do. I don't know, because they say people I checked last week to call the guy gonna do the paperwork for me in the court hours, because he take the money. I went over there, I called the police, but he tried to point a gun on me. So I another person again, he take the money. I said, Mr. Saul, just give me a couple months, 30 days or 60 days to find someone to do the job for me,
All right,
because
okay.
the permit they give me, I can't
I
feel
think
it by myself.
we're going in circles here. So this is what I'm going to do.
It's my problem.
I'm going to
nothing I
find that what is relatively clear to me here is that there was work done here without a permit being issued, so I'm going to find a violation of the two code sections at issue. I'm going to give you 60 days
Okay.
to come into compliance by getting that permit issued. I'm going to direct the city to meet with the respondent and walk him through exactly what he needs to do before the expiration of those 60 days. And failure to come into compliance will subject you to a fine of up to $50 per day. So I'm going to give you 60 days to get this permit worked out. I'm going to ask you to meet with the city inspector and talk through exactly what you need to do, okay, sir?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Agenda item number 2, case number CE 23040241, case address 120 South Olive Avenue, Suite 500.
Good morning. My name is Joe Valdez, City Inspector with West Palm Beach. This code case is CE 23040241 at 120 South Olive, units 500 to 503. It's for interior renovations and concrete overpour of the existing floor. I issued the violation and posted the stop order on 4/20/2023. The notice of violation was mailed on 3/28/24, was posted on City Hall on 3/28/24, same day, was posted on the property at 3/27/24, and certified mail was delivered at 3/29/24. The issue here is that work was being done, as you can see by the pictures, without permits being issued. There was a demo permit that was applied for, but never was approved, and they proceeded to do work. They were working on the sprinklers, which shouldn't happen. They were overpouring concrete, as you can see on the floor, that's probably not designed. It's an old building for a concrete overpour, which is very heavy. And there are some pictures of the concrete on the hallways, which is a safety issue also. That was moved since then. We had them move that. And there's structural issues with all that work. So to this point, I spoke to, I think, this young lady yesterday. She says they had applied for a permit, but I checked this morning and I don't see any proof of that. I didn't see anything in the computer for an application for a permit for the work. So at this point, she told me that the owner was not able to make it today. She's representing him, and she wants me to give him a 30-day extension. I want to leave it up to you, Your Honor, and see what you think. I think I want to give him probably 30 days and probably $100 a day after that to get this resolved. See that right there, that picture? That building cannot hold that weight. So anyways, but all that was moved, but it was moved into the rooms and spread out, so it still is a safety issue.
But by safety, you mean that the weight of the concrete is too much for this?
Absolutely. That's an old building that probably has wood joists. It wasn't designed for holding the extra weight, especially all in one spot. If it was spread out, which they eventually did, it helps. But in my opinion, that's very much of a safety issue.
So what is it that you're asking me to do?
Well, I need them to apply for these permits and get this, approved and get this work going, or else move those concrete bags from the rooms that they have it in.
How much time do you want to give them?
30 days at this point.
Sir, go ahead.
What was the name of the individual that you spoke with on behalf of the owner?
I spoke to her, I don't remember her name.
Okay.
She's-
Did you receive any documentation that authorized her to speak on behalf of the owner, other than just speaking with her?
No, just her verbal, phone call telling me she would be representing the owner. That was it.
Please do.
Good morning.
Sorry, may we inquire? Good morning. Are you the representative on behalf of the owner?
I am not here to represent the owner. I'm here to submit a request from the owner. We requested multiple times to have this hearing moved as he's in California on business. He'll be back in 2 weeks, but he did put together a letter requesting continuance on the hearing.
One, I would need to see the letter first
Yeah.
and foremost. And two, this is something new to the special magistrate would be the one to indicate whether a continuance is warranted. I don't know yet our position, but may I
Okay.
see? Did you see this beforehand?
No, I haven't seen the letter. I've had phone calls back and
Okay.
forth from them.
Thank you, ma'am. May I inquire what's the city's position regarding, the owner has sent documentation, which I will provide to the special magistrate, requesting a continuance, given that they're not able to be present. What is the city's position regarding that?
Well, like I said, I'll extend it 30 days.
Extending the hearing for 30
The
days?
hearing, we can extend the hearing for 30 days if you'd like. That would be fine with me. I'm concerned about,
If the city's position is that we can reset this for 30 days, then that's fine. I just want to make sure that you're satisfied that there's not a safety hazard here.
well, I'm concerned. It's been a while. It's been a year. So it's
If it's been a year, then you don't
Yeah.
think 30 days is going to make a difference?
not going to make a difference, yeah.
Okay. If the city's agreeable, we'll just reset this for, what is our hearing date in May?
May 1st is the next one.
Go ahead.
Is this the only copy you have, ma'am?
Yes, but you can keep it, and I can email a copy as well to Mr.
Okay, great.
Valdez.
I'll have to keep it to respond.
Okay.
Someone will need to notify, we'll work together to respond to this and advising them regarding the 30 days. I think they're wanting 60, but our position is 30 days at this point, special magistrate.
All right, let's reset this for May 15th. 2024, 9 a.m. Thank you, ma'am.
Agenda item number 5, case number CE 24031584, case address 528 Hampton Road. And I do believe that they need to be sworn in.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. The gentleman needs to be sworn in. Good morning, City of West Palm Beach, code compliance. 528 Hampton Road was cited on 3/11/24. Certified mail and regular mail was sent on 3/11/24. Both the property and City Hall were posted on 4/3/24. I have been in contact with the son of the property owner who's here today. The property was cited for inoperative vehicle, overgrowth, rental license, COU, certificate of use, pressure washing the fence, outdoor storage, and trash can in public view. As of today, the overgrowth, rental license, certification of use, and outdoor storage violations are complied. The inop vehicle, pressure washing the fence, and trash can in public view are still pending. Therefore, the city is requesting an additional 60 days due to the son working quite a lot for the property to come into compliance. If they do not come into compliance, then the city is asking for $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Hi. Just for the record, could you please state your name?
J. Francis.
Okay, and I believe you said that some of these have been complied with?
Yes, they have.
Can you indicate which ones specifically were already complied with on this list?
The overgrowth, 74-4-C, that's 3. The license and business tax, 22-441. The outdoor storage, 94-71-C. The certificate of use which is required, 22-32-A.
That's it?
Yes,
Okay. And did you take these photographs that we
yes,
saw here today?
that's the all the photographs you see I've taken myself.
And do they truthfully and accurately represent the alleged violations you observed?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Officer Francis, the sections at issue are the junk and abandoned vehicle.
Yes.
Tell me why that's a junk or abandoned vehicle.
Pardon? At first the tires was flat, and it was missing a license and registration.
And that's still the case at your last inspection?
Yes, he spoke, when I spoke to the owner, he told me he was working on it, it'll be complied very soon.
Tell me what your concern is about the paint.
Just some grease substance buildup on the wooden fence in the back. This could be easily cured by pressure washing the fence or painting it, whichever he prefers.
And where's the trash can?
It's in the front of the, there you go.
And that's still there as of your last inspection?
Yes, I spoken to him this morning, he told me it's been removed. So I have to go out and take compliance photos of that today.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Josue Perez.
And what is your relation to the owner, Catalina Ortiz?
That's my mom. She don't speak no English, so I'm the one who had to come today and assist her with this.
Ms. Ortiz is your mother?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you speak into the microphone for me, please?
Yes, sir.
The city says that you've complied with most of these. They've indicated that there's still an unlicensed vehicle on the property, that there needs to be some pressure washing of the green stains on the fence, and that the trash can is still in public view. Do you understand these things?
Yeah, I do, sir, and I was speaking as, like yesterday when we take out the trash, we clean it out. You know, when we bring it in, we let it dry it out. But they'll be always bringing it in inside the yard. That's what I was trying to tell them as well. And I was saying that I was fixing the vehicle, so all that is gonna get settled.
Do you believe you can get these things done within 30 days?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In CE 24031584, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 34102A. There's a abandoned unlicensed vehicle on the property. 18106G, green stains on the fence, and 7434A1H, trash can in public view. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance, or a fine of up to $100 per day may issue.
The city requested
Sir?
60?
What?
I'm sorry. The city requested 60 days.
Oh, 60 days?
Yes,
Is the city okay with 60 days?
that's fine.
Okay. All right, amend that order to 60 days or $100 a day. You have 60 days, okay, sir?
Yeah, appreciate it and have a great day.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 6, case number CE 24031585, case address 6200 Garden Avenue.
Good morning. Sonia Bin, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property was cited on March 11, 2024. The notice of violation was posted at the city and at the City Hall on March 12, 2024. Certified mail was sent on March 11th. Certified mail was received and signed on March 15, 2024. Initially, I received a complaint about an RV parked at this property with someone living inside. During my initial inspection, I observed an RV parked on the south side of the property, and with evidence of it being connected in the photos that I provided. The property owner is present here today, and he also shared with me he allowed a friend to stay in the RV due to his living situation at the moment, and he wasn't aware of the RV being parking connected is a violation with the city ordinance. The code that was cited is 94481B1. Again, I made contact with the property owner. To date, that violation is still out of compliance. The property owner is in agreement with the city's recommendation, and the city is requesting an additional 90 days for the owner to gain compliance, or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Officer, did you say 90 days?
Yes.
Hey, good morning. Did you take the photographs that we've seen here today?
Yes.
And do they truthfully and accurately represent the violations that you observed?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Nothing further from the city.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Ismail Santos.
So the city says you have an RV on your property, huh?
Yes.
Sir, were you sworn in?
Yes, I was here.
Okay. They want to give you 90 days to remove it. Is that a sufficient amount of time for you, sir?
Yes.
All right. In case CE 240-31585, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation 9447B1, prohibited vehicles. Respondent has 90 days to come into compliance or fine up to $100 per day may issue.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for coming in, sir.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 19, case number CE 24021455, case address 807 32nd Street.
Is someone here on 19?
I have Miss Minnie Gratz signed in for 19.
They were, but I already discussed everything with them, so they agreed. So we're good on this one.
Are they here?
They're not. They left already. Sorry, they're not. They left already.
All right, well then why don't we just take the next case where somebody's here? I mean, yes.
All right, back to agenda item number 7, case number CE 24021506, case address 627 Winter Street.
Are there any other cases with a respondent?
Not until police cases.
No, okay. All right, off we go.
Good morning. Sonia Bin, City of West Palm Beach, Code Enforcement. This property was cited on February 22nd, 2024. The notice of violation was posted at the property and City Hall on February 26, 2024. Certified mail was sent on February 22nd. Certified mail was received and signed on February 26, 2024. Initially, I received a complaint about several code violation on the property. I observed the following code cited at the property: 94442C1, missing sod in the front of the property. 94482A, there are multiple vehicles being parked on unpaved surface. 18106A, trash and debris in the swell area. 78-1, there are multiple vehicles obstructing the public right-of-way, the sidewalk. 94485A, I also observe mechanical work being done at the property. 9471C, excessive outdoor storage, such as car parts, plastic bottles, containers, boards, recycle bins, furniture being stored in public view. 2232A, certificate of use. 22441, rental license. And I also made several contacts with different tenants at the property. 34102A, there are multiple inoperable vehicles being parked on the property. In the photos, you see vehicles with no license plates. There's also a white vehicle initially being parked on the east side of the property, and that the shell is the only thing that's present. There's no engine, seat, or anything else inside of that vehicle. 18106K, the landscape maintenance not being maintained. 94487B1, there's an RV that is parked on the east side of the property and also being connected, indicated in the photos as well. And 7894C, missing sod in the swell area. I have made contact with the property owner. To date, all of the violations stated are still out of compliance. The property owner agrees with the city recommendation, and the city is requesting an additional 30 days to gain compliance, or $200 a day until compliance is achieved.
Hey, good morning. Could you just please state your name for the record?
Sonia Benz?
And Ms. Benz, did you take the photographs we're observing here today?
Yes.
And do they truthfully and accurately represent the violations you observed?
Yes.
Thank you. Nothing further from the city.
Is all this doable within 30 days? There's a lot here.
When I spoke to the owner, he agrees. I asked the same question. He said yes. He's had conversation with his tenants to get rid of a lot of the outdoor storage. It seems as if this property, they're doing like mechanical work, and they probably scrapping. In the photos that I took on the 11th, you could see that some of the outdoor storage is being removed, but there's still outdoor storage present. So all the code cited is still out of compliance, but I have seen a little difference, but not much.
Do you think it's doable in 30 days?
If they work to it, I could, request 60 days. I'm okay with that. Yes. Correct, because I gave them a couple months to gain compliance. The property was cited back in February, and we're in April, so.
The reason I asked the question is one of the constraints I have is that I can't order them to do something that's not doable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have to make sure that it's reasonable that they can accomplish what I'm ordering them to do in the amount of time. And so that's really why I'm asking you that question, which is whether or not if I gave them a deadline of 30 days, it would be reasonable for them to come into compliance in that time frame.
Yeah, I think 60 days they're able to gain compliance.
All right, why don't we do that then? Okay, in case CE 24021506, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of the listed code sections. I accept and republish by reference the testimony of the code officer as to the nature of those allegations. I hereby give the respondent 60 days to come into compliance or fine the amount of $200 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 3, case number CE 24031672. Case address is 429 Belvedere Road.
Good morning, Officer Underwood, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. While driving through my assigned zone, I observed and cited for the following code violations. Case property 429 Belvedere was initially cited on March 19th, 2024. Certified mail was sent out March 19th. Both City Hall and the property were posted March 20th, and certified mail was returned March 22nd. The property was cited for 18106A, clean and sanitary conditions, 18106J, graffiti, and 18106B, excessive growth. I have not been in contact with the property owner or anybody managing it, and the city's requesting 10 additional days to come into compliance or to abate it.
I'm sorry, which case number are we talking about here?
Case number 3.
18106A, 18106J, and 18106B.
Correct. As you can see in the pictures, it's severely overgrown. There's trash and debris throughout the property
So that's clean and sanitary.
and graffiti all over the walls.
I assume this is an abandoned property?
It is now correct, yep.
And what was the recommendation from the city?
10 days or an abatement. Keep scrolling, that one's upside down. There you go.
Officer, can you testify as to conditions on the property that you think might constitute a threat to the health, safety, and welfare of the city of West Palm Beach?
That's correct.
Can you tell me why you believe that to be true?
So as you can see in the pictures, if you go back up, in those pictures right there, there is sharp objects, glass, all kinds of debris. Who knows what else is underneath those piles, which, health, safety. The graffiti on the walls, we don't know if it's gang-related or what it is.
Do you believe the conditions on the property constitute habitat for vermin?
Yes, I do. The building is secure. I didn't notice the hole in the wall, or hole in that glass right there until I posted the
Sure,
property.
that's secure anymore. There's
Yeah.
a giant hole in the door.
You can't reach the lock or anything like that, and all the doors are secure in the building. That's the only broken window in the building, but it's upstairs also, so.
Sorry, does the council, you have any questions?
Officer Underwood, you took these photographs,
That's correct.
and they truthfully and accurately represent what you observed that when you were out there?
Yes, they do.
All right, thank you. Nothing further from the city.
All right, in case CE 2403167, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 18106A, 18106J, and 18106B. I adopt by reference the testimony of the code officer as to the nature of those violations. I make further finding that the conditions on the property constitute a threat to the health, safety, and welfare of the city of West Palm Beach. I order the respondent to come into compliance within 10 days. In the absence of compliance, I authorize the city to enter the property and abate any and all violations. I hereby assess the cost of the abatement against the property and property owner.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 4, case number CE 23110979, case address 938 33rd Street has complied. Agenda item number 8, case number CE 24021498, case address is 947 39th Court.
Good morning. Code Officer Kay Weaver with the City of West Palm Beach. On February 2nd of 2024, while riding through my zone, I observed the property at 947 39th Court to have several violations. The notice of violation was posted at the property and City Hall on March 4th of 2024. Certified mail was sent to the mailing address listed on PAPA on March 8th of 2024, and it was returned. The property was cited for 18-106-A, clean and sanitary, which has been complied. 18106G, paint, which has been complied. 94-451-D, artificial turf, has been complied. The only remaining violation is 94-302-A-3, and that's the fence, which he has no permit. I have been in contact with the owner of the property on several occasions, which he did comply with the other violations, but his stance on the fence is that he has a permit, which he does not have a permit. He at one time came and put in an application, and that was it. And that's where it stands. He never went through any process, completed the process to get the permit. So the city is requesting an additional 30 days to gain compliance, or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Good morning. Have we checked, or have you checked if he's reapplied for the permit recently?
There is nothing new from previous, no, sir.
Okay. And you took these photographs?
Yes, sir.
And they accurately and truthfully represent what you observed?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Officer Weaver, So he applied for the permit, but were there questions, or was there not an inspection done? Do you know why the
No,
permit wasn't issued?
Well, and I did talk with him even in reference to that. A lot of times people will come and they'll put in an application, they'll pay the fee up front, but then they don't do anything else. And they think that that constitutes that they have a permit. And when I did talk with him on one of the occasions, I let him know at one point you had a permit, and even the permit that he applied for was for the 6 feet that he has further back in the setback on his property in the rear. Never has he put anything for the 4 feet.
The
Additionally,
little fence that's in the front in your
right, originally he had a white one that was falling over, and I had cited him, he took it down, but then he put this one up in place of it.
So there was never a permit for the little?
Never for the 4 feet, no, sir.
All right, in case, well, I'm going to order him to come into compliance, but I'm going to ask that you explain this to him again.
Okay.
All right. All right, in case CE 24021498, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I find the property in violation of 94302A3. There is a fence on the property that does not have a valid permit. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance, or a fine of $100 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 9, case number CE 24021474, case address 915 37th Street.
Good morning again. I am KT Weaver, Code Officer for the City of West Palm Beach. I received a complaint initially about the property at 915 37th Street. On February the 14th of 2024, I went to the property at 915 37th Street and observed several violations. The notice of violation was posted at the property and City Hall on March 4th of 2024. Certified mail was sent to the mailing address listed on PAPA on February the 22nd of 2024, and it was signed for. The property was cited for 78-6 numbering standards, which has been complied. 18106A, clean and sanitary. 18106B, excessive growth. 74-4-C-4, trees and hedges obstructing the right-of-way. 74-4-C-5, clean up the center of the adjoining right-of-way swell area. 94-71-C, outdoor storage. I have had contact with Mr. Brown, who did he did do some work on the property, did some initial cleanup, but the other items that were cited are still remaining, not totally in compliance. So the city is requesting an additional 30 days to gain compliance, or $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Good morning again. Can you please clarify which violations were fully complied with?
The first one, the 78-6, the address characters, numbering standards.
Okay, and did you take the photographs we're looking at today?
Yes,
And do they truthfully and accurately represent what you observed when you were out there?
yes.
Thank you, nothing further.
Officer Weaver, the outdoor storage, can you tell me what that is?
Yes. If you go to my re-inspection photos, those are the most current. There is a pallet in the front yard, as well as some other items. On the side of the house, there are, it should be labeled re-inspection or pre-hearing photos. Can't see what, that's the posting photo. It should be labeled. I don't know if they're showing, if
Not
not.
the one that says initial violation photo.
Okay. Okay, well. Okay, if not, stay on these and I'll show you. That, in that area for reinspection, that little area where you see the little trash and debris, that's still, that section of the swell is still there. The wood slat is gone, but there's still some trash that has not been taken up that's still there. Also, keep going, there's, like I said, there's a wooden pallet in the front yard. There's some canoes or type items on the side, and like on that back wall, there's a couple of items that are in the yard. As far as the outdoor storage also, he cleaned some of that up, but if you keep going, near the edge of the property, keep going, stay right there. Edge of the property, to the right of that growth area is the next property. He cleaned up his property, but that section, for some reason, he did not clean up. It's still overgrown, and it also has down in the ground like coconuts from the palm trees. There's like maybe 10 or 15 that's old, that's down in that area. And then the other parts that he didn't do was the cutting back. He cut back a little, but there's still overgrowth and going over the sidewalk and also the roadway, obstructing that area of sidewalk and roadway. That remains also.
Okay.
And then the clean and sanitary, the sidewalks and everything needs to be pressure washed.
All right, in case CE 24021474, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of listed code sections. I adopt by reference the testimony of the code officer as to the nature of those conditions. I give the respondent 30 days to come into compliance or fine of $100 per damage.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 10, case number CE 24031623, case address 2686 Kit Butt Way.
Good morning, City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On March 19th, I received a complaint from the Homeowners Association. I then visited the property located at 2686 Kitbuck Way and observed a broken window upon my inspection. Notice was sent out to ownership citing 18103E, window exterior doors be made weather tight. The property as well as City Hall was posted April 4th. Certified mail and regular mail was sent March 19th. I've had no contact with the property owner. The homeowner association also indicated they've been having issues making contact with the owner of this property as well. With that being said, city's recommending 30 days to repair the broken window or replace it. If it's not achieved within 30 days, city's recommending $100 a day until compliance is achieved.
Good morning, Officer McFarland. Did you take the photographs we are observing right now?
Yes, sir.
And do the photographs truthfully and accurately represent what you observed while you were doing your inspection?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Nothing further.
Service was achieved through posting and certified mail?
Yes, sir.
And no contact? Is somebody living there?
The 3 times I've been to the property, I've not observed any vehicles in the driveway. It seems like there's items piled up inside, so I can't per se say someone's living there because I've not seen any activity to support that. But somebody owns it.
The certified mail, was it signed?
I had no indication that it was signed.
Was the standard mail returned? So they didn't pick it up, huh? And nobody answers the door, huh?
No one answers the door.
The HOA doesn't have any way to contact the owner?
That's why they reached out to me.
Well, you did what you were supposed to on the, I don't know if they've gotten actual notice, but you did what statutorily required. All right. In case CE 24031623, I make the following, let me ask this, when you posted, was the posting taken down?
Yes, the posting was gone when I did my reinspection pictures yesterday. I did not see anything on the door.
Maybe they did get notice. All right, in case CE 24031623, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 18103E. There's a window with a giant hole in it. Respondent has 30 days to come into compliance or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Agenda item 11, case number CE 24031675, case address 5201 Village Boulevard.
Good morning. City of West Palm Beach Code Compliance Officer Paul McFarland. On March 26th, while patrolling my zone, I observed a sign violation located at 5201 Village Boulevard. This in particular parcel housed two buildings, 5201 and 5205. The in particular violations are coming from 5205. I then cited the property for portable signage, 94-402-B dot 2-5. Portable signage is prohibited. I also cited for 94-402-B dot 1-6, portable signage in or on city right-of-way. Notice was posted at City Hall as well as the property on April 3rd. Certified mail as well as regular mail was sent March 27th. I've had no contact with the tenant or property owner. I did want to put on record that I did make contact with the tenant in past. This is not his first time putting out these type of signage. I did educate him that these are not prohibited in the city of West Palm, and he did go ahead and remove them. But unfortunately, he decided to put them back again. City's recommending 15 days to remove the signage or $150 a day until compliance is achieved.
Good morning, Officer McFarland. Can you just clarify for the record, was the violation on 5205 or 52?
The violation is on 5205, but the legal address is 5201.
Okay,
So
and
it's one parcel with two buildings.
same owner?
Same owner.
Okay, and you were unable to get in contact with the owner?
No contact with the owner.
Okay. The photograph, you took these photographs?
Yes, sir.
And do they truthfully and accurately represent what you observed?
Yes, sir. Up to yesterday, they were still there.
Okay, nothing further from the city?
Just a point of clarity, Mr. Magistrate, if I may. Warnie, you mentioned that the sign was complied with at some point. Was it complied within the given time frame that the city provided?
This was in the past,
Okay.
where I spoke to them. They were in violation. This is what I usually do. I address the tenants of any type of violations when I first observed it, give them an opportunity to comply. They usually do, but ultimately they end up violating again. So this is a second violation, actually.
Okay, thank you.
Is my mic not working?
I'll leave it on.
Okay.
For the record, but I believe his mic works, so the record is preserved. Special Magistrate, my question was regarding clarity on the compliance. He complied for previous violation, but this current violation is still not in compliance.
Correct.
Thank you. Nothing further.
So the signs are still out there?
Up to yesterday. As you can see in the photographs, it started out with two. They removed one and left the other. I don't understand why you would remove one and leave one. Just take them both.
Service by posting certified mail?
Yes, sir.
All right, in case CE 24031675, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of listed code section, specifically having a prohibited portable sign and a sign in the city's right-of-way. Respondent has 15 days to come to compliance, or fine of $150 per day may issue.
Thank you.
Agenda item 12, case number CE 24011-361, case address 615 52nd Street.
City of West Palm Beach Code Officer Robert Watkins. This property was cited January the 3rd. Certified mail was sent January 31st. Certified mail was returned March the 16th due to not being able to deliver. City Hall was posted February the 1st. While patrolling through the area, I stumbled across this property that was cited for 18-106A, clean and sanitary, 74-4C-3, the overgrowth, and 94-71C, outdoor storage and residential, and 74-34A, 34A-1H, trash can and public view. As of yesterday, the only item that had come into compliance was the trash can and public view, 74-34A-1-H. I've had correspondence with the homeowner a couple months ago. He told me, advised me everything will be done. Kept stopping by several different occasions. It seems to nothing more than just a trash can has been removed. So with this, the city is requesting additional 30 days at $100 per day after.
Good morning. And the photographs that are, did we show the photographs? That were shown, did you take those photographs?
Yes.
And those photographs accurately and truthfully depict the violations that we're discussing this morning?
Yes, they do.
And you stated, just for clarity, that 74-34-A1H has been complied with?
Yes.
And you did make verbal contact with the owner at some point in time?
Yes.
Thank you. Nothing further from the city magistrate.
Officer Watkins, at this time, 18106A, 744C3, and 9471C are still at issue?
Yes.
The clean and sanitary issue, is that the trash on the property?
Yes, trash and debris on the property.
The overgrowth, is that it looks like the lawn needed to be cut there?
On the east and west side of the property, as well as the rear, from what you can see, there's overgrowth along the fence and in the yard itself. The outdoor storage or mop buckets, there's a refrigerator out there now, and there's a few other things straddled on the west side of the home.
And you communicated this to the respondent?
Yes.
Have they made any effort to bring these into compliance that you've seen other than the trash can?
No, but putting out a refrigerator. It wasn't there before, so.
They made it worse, is what you're telling me? Okay. All right, in case CE 24011-361, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient, I found the property in violation of code sections 18106A and 744C3 and 9471C. I adopt by reference the testimony of the code officer as to the nature of those violations. I hereby give the respondent 30 days to come into compliance or fine in the amount of $100 per day may issue.
Agenda item 13, case number CE 24021-444, case address 4906 North Flagler Drive has complied. Agenda item number 14, case number CE 24011-363, case address 712 59th Street.
City of West Palm Beach Code Officer Robert Watkins. While patrolling through my zone with this property, I noticed, well, I give you what it was expected. This property was cited February the 12th. Certified mail was sent February the 12th. Certified mail was received on February the 20th. It was signed for. City Hall was posted February the 13th. While patrolling through my zone, I came across this property that was cited for prohibited vehicle, 94-487B-1, an outdoor storage, 94-71C, and overgrowth, it was 74-4C-3. As of yesterday, the only item that had come into compliance was the 94-487-B-1, which is removal of prohibited vehicle. With this property, the city is requesting additional 20 days at $100 per day after.
You said 20 days at $100?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the photographs were being shown were taken by yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
And those photographs truthfully and accurately depict the violations that are still outstanding?
Yes.
And for the record, you stated the first violation listed on the agenda, 94-487-B1, has been complied with?
Yes.
Nothing further, Special Magistrate?
Can you go back to that picture we were just on? That's the outdoor storage and the one marked 4/16/2024?
Yeah, with this parcel, this property is split. The ladders that you see is belonging to the parcel next door that was cited for. Theirs is just there's coolers for some reason all over the property. They're in the front, they're on the sides. There's coolers everywhere. I'm not sure why. That would be the outdoor storage, as well as there's interior furniture that is on the west side of the property. Towards the back that you'll see it. In that picture there, you can see more coolers, and there's outside interior chairs outside. And in the front of the property, there's more coolers, just right out front, you can see there. And
Coolers and furniture, and the overgrowth, is that the stuff along the side of the
Yeah, all
property?
along the fence line right there to the right.
All right, in case, why 20 days?
Say again?
Why 20 days?
It's been since February. You just have to remove the coolers and trim the side.
Okay, in CE 24011-363, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 94C71C, outdoor storage, including the coolers and furniture on the outside of the property, and 74-4C3, the overgrowth along the side of the property. Respondent is given 20 days to come into compliance or fine of $100 per day, Measure.
Agenda item 15, case number CE 24021412, case address 520 36th Street.
Good morning, Jesus Mendiola, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The property 520 36th Street was cited on 2/6/24. I observed on 2/5/24 from a complaint I had received. The notice of violation was posted on the property and City Hall on March 25th of 2024. Certified mail was sent to the address on February 8th, 2024. Certified mail was returned. I did have contact with the property owner, Mr. Joseph. He could not be here today, but we did come to an agreement with how much time he would need to comply the violations. The property was cited for 78-6-2 rear address characters. He was missing rear address characters by the alleyway. 18103B, the condition of structure. He had a rotten fascia all around the house, especially in the rear and on the side. 94-71-C, outdoor storage. As you can see, he had a sofa, chairs, other paints, and other objects down by the side of the house. And 18106K for the landscape maintenance. Some of the landscape was overgrowth in the back, in the alleyway, and also in the front. And 94-445-4-I for prohibited tree. That would be the umbrella tree in the front of the property on the west side. As of yesterday, the property is still in violation of all codes. The city is requesting an additional 120 days to gain compliance, or $150 a day until compliance is achieved. So the house is being gutted and remodeled, so that's why we came to the term for 4 months, since when I went to go inspect again and met with the owner, the house was already being remodeled and halfway torn, so we thought it was best to just inspect the property once everything was finished being constructed.
How many days? I'm sorry, I didn't catch. How many?
120, so
Okay.
4 months.
And you believe that's a reasonable time?
Yes, that's what the owner told me. In between 3 to 4 months, the construction would finish. So we came in agreement to 4 months, so 120 days.
And none of the violations have been complied with?
There were other violations that were complied, but they're not on the,
Okay, great. But the ones listed here have not been complied?
no.
And the photographs were being shown, did you take those personally?
Yes,
And those photographs truthfully and accurately depict the violations that we're alleging at this time?
yes.
Okay. Nothing further from the city, Special Magistrate.
Notice was accomplished by posting at City Hall the property, certified mail, and regular mail.
Yes.
That is a big tree, huh?
Yep.
All right, case CE 24021412, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of listed code sections. I adopt by reference the testimony of the code officer as to the nature of those violations. Hereby give the respondent 120 days to come into compliance or fine of up to $150 per day may issue.
Agenda item 16, case number CE 24021436, case address 517 Northwood Road.
Good morning, Jesus Mendiola, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The
Excuse me,
property-
officer, could you speak up a little bit more in the mic? Because you did testify as to the mailing notice last time, but we didn't catch that. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Jesus Mendiola, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement Officer. The property at 517 Northwood was cited on 2/12/2024. I observed the violations while driving down on January 25th, 2024. The notice of violation was posted at the property and City Hall on March 25th, 2024. Certified mail was sent to the address on March 22nd. Certified mail is still in transit since the owner of the property lives in China. But I did have contact with the property tenant. Been in contact with him, and he's been trying to resolve some of the violations. The property was cited for 78.6 address characters, which has been complied. As you can see later on in the photos in the front, it was painted white when you couldn't see the address characters, and also in the rear address characters were added. And 18106A for clean sanitary for the rear and alleyway, since everything is overgrown and he has a lot of trash that isn't being stored inside trash cans and other like beer bottles and other stuff. And 74-4-C-5, which is the alleyway maintenance, which has to do with also as well trimming the landscape in the back. There was a tree also that was coming onto the right of way on the alleyway, and again, all the trash that's being improperly stored. And 94-209-2-J-I-H-I-4, which is the clear glaze area, needs to be at least 70% clear in the storefront. So in the front of the store, he has a reflective tint, which needs to be allowed at least 70% see-through into the building, which he still has not complied. And as of yesterday, they're still in all violation, and the city is requesting 30 days to gain compliance or $150 a day until compliance is achieved.
And you spoke with the owner, you stated?
No, the owner of the business at that location.
Okay.
I have not been able to get contact information for the owner. Like I said, it's listed in China.
Okay.
The mailing address for the property appraiser's records for Walter Norwich is in China?
Yes.
And you spoke with the the tenant?
The tenant.
For the business, okay.
Yeah.
And they have they don't have any other contact information regarding the owner?
None they provided to me. I asked them, they didn't provide anything to me.
Okay. And the photographs that were being shown today, you personally took those photographs?
Yes.
And those photographs truthfully and accurately depict the violations that are still existing at this time?
Yes.
And the notice of violation, as you stated, was posted on the property, was it sent cert mail, regular mail?
Yeah, it was
from
in
China?
certified mail, but like I said, it's as far when I checked in the files, it still said that was in transit.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was in transit, okay.
Yes.
Nothing further from the city, special magistrate.
So we still have 3 code sections at issue?
Yes.
The clean and sanitary is the condition outside the property with the,
Correct.
and then we have clean up of the adjoining, so that's the overgrowth there and the trash.
Yep.
And then the 94-209, that's the covering on the outside windows.
Yeah.
All right, CE 24021436, to make the following findings of fact and law, I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of Code Sections 18106A, 744C5, 9420992J1HI4. I adopt by reference the testimony of the code officer as to the nature of those violations. I hereby give the respondent 30 days to come into compliance or a fine of up to $150 per day measure.
Agenda item 17, case number CE 24021429, case address 612 33rd Street has been complied. Agenda item 18, case number CE 24031611, case address 938 31st Street.
Now we're up. All right, good morning. Donald Lattimore, Code Compliance Officer for the City of West Palm. The property located at 938 31st Street was cited on March 15th, 24, after reviewing my assigned list of non-compliant rental properties. The property was found to be in violation of the following: 22-32-A, certificate of use that was expired, and 22-44-1, rental license that had expired. Service was accomplished by certified and first-class mail sent on March 15th, 24. Certified mail was signed for on March 18th of 24. In addition, both the property and City Hall was posted on March 18th of 24. I have been in contact with an owner of the property, one of the owners. The city is asking for an additional 30 days for compliance and $200 per day thereafter until compliance is achieved.
Good morning. Can you explain how you know this property is a rental property?
Sure. So if you scroll through the photos, yes. Okay, so those photos, you will see the first, scroll up, if the first highlighted is for the rental license, and this is all inside of our database system. It's for the rental license for the address. And then the second photo is the certificate of use for this property. And I have confirmed with the owner that they are renting the property.
Okay, so there is a certificate of use on the property?
Yes, but it expired 2 years ago. And there's also a rental license that expired 2 years ago.
Okay.
The pictures reflect the current balance for the certificate of use as well as the rental license to bring them in compliance.
Okay. And when was the last time you checked the status of whether or not the COU was updated?
This morning.
Okay, and it's still not updated, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Nothing further from the city?
So you spoke with the owner of the property,
That is correct on March 27th.
and they confirmed to you that they are in fact renting the property?
That is correct.
Did they express a willingness to pay what they owe?
Yes, they did, and I also provided them with the email instructions step by step with how to comply and exactly where to go to pay, and also told them that they can reach out to me if needed.
And to the best of your knowledge, they've done none of those things?
That is correct.
Well, I'm sorry, can you tell me your recommendation again?
All right. So the city is asking for an additional 30 days for compliance and $200 per day thereafter, until compliance is achieved.
All right, in case CE 24031611, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of listed code sections 22441 and 2232A. Failure to obtain a rental license and a certificate of use. Respondent has 30 days to come to compliance or fine of $200 per day measure.
Agenda item 19, case number CE 24021455, case address 807 32nd Street.
All right, good morning again. Donald Lattimore, Code Compliance Officer for the City of West Palm. The property located at 807 32nd Street was cited on February 12th of 24 in response to an email complaint regarding a damaged fence and landscape excessive growth. Upon my initial inspection, the property was found to be in violation of the following: 18-106-B, excessive growth, 94-302-A-4, fence repair, 94-302-A-3, fence permit. Service was accomplished by certified mail and first-class mail sent on February 13th. Certified mail was signed for on February 23rd of 24. In addition, both the property and City Hall were posted on February 14th of 24. Please note, as of April 15th, 2024, all of the violations are not in compliance. I have not been in contact with the property owner, but spoke with a Miss Ashley Bell, who is municipal coordinator for the property. We have been exchanging emails back and forth to bring all the violation into compliance. And the city is asking for an additional 60 days for compliance and $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
I'm sorry, how many days and how much?
60 days, 60, for compliance, and $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
And just so the record's clear, you have not been able to make contact with the property owner?
That is correct, but a representative for the property owner I have made contact with.
Okay, and she indicated to you in a document that she was authorized to speak on the property owner's behalf?
That is correct, and earlier this morning, a member of the team that will be spearheading cleaning up the property was here, but they left after understanding that I have been in communication with Ms. Ashley Bell.
Okay, and you took the photographs we observed in this file?
That is correct.
And do they truthfully and accurately represent the violations you observed?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Nothing further from the city.
All right, so that fence obviously is in disrepair. Is the excessive growth, and is that what you're talking about there along the side of property?
Yes, so that picture is the front, in the front of the property that's running along the fence lining. That's part of the excessive growth that's beginning to spill in on the other side of the neighbor's property line.
The fence permit section, is that because you believe that they need a permit to repair this fence or to replace it?
So basically what's happening is if you go back to the initial photos, I believe that will show you a clear description because of all the excessive overgrowth. All right, and if you don't mind going down for me, please. Oh, that's the posting, yes. And keep going up for me. Okay, pause right here for a moment. Go back up for me, I'm sorry. Up, 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 up. Okay, these are not the initial photos. I'm trying to get you a clear view of the fence before all the overgrowth started to continue to spill over. There we go, perfect. Okay, so basically the fence is leaning on the neighbor's fence. That is the only thing that's keeping the fence up. And it's causing the neighbor fence to push actually down in the soil. The neighbors has tried to bolster the fence up using concrete blocks to help support it. But it's becoming a problem. And as you can see, the posts are clearly leaning and pressing against the neighbor's fence.
So the neighbor's fence is the metal one?
Correct.
And the property owner's fence is this large wooden one that's, looks like it's on the verge of collapse here?
That is correct, yes.
And so to come into compliance, you believe they need to permit this fence, is that it?
Yes, because there is no permit on for the fence to begin with. The integrity of the fence is going to need to completely be redone, to be honest with you. There are multiple posts that integrity is in question, and also it's just not put in correctly to begin with.
And there was no, and you couldn't find a permit for this wood fence?
That is correct, and I checked again this morning.
Okay. All right, in case CE 2402145, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient to find the property in violation of 94302A4. This fence is in need of maintenance 18106B, excessive growth, and 94302A3 fence permits. The fence does not have a permit. Respondent has 60 days to bring the property in compliance or fine of $100 per day. May I issue?
Agenda item 20, case number CE 24031647, case address 3014 Greenwood Avenue.
All right, good morning again. Donald Lattimore, Code Compliance Officer for the City of West Palm. This vacant lot located at 3014 Greenwood Avenue was cited on March 20th of 24. Due to excessive growth I observed while on routine patrol. During my initial inspection, the property was found to be in violation of the following: 18-106-B, excessive growth; 18-106-K, landscape maintenance; 98-94-C, parkway maintenance. Service was accomplished by certified mail and first class mail sent on March 22nd of 24. Certified mail was signed for on March 29th of 24. In addition, both the property and City Hall was posted on March 25th of 24. As of April 16th of 24, all violations are not in compliance. I have not been in contact with the owner of the property, and the city is asking for an additional 30 days for compliance and $100 per day thereafter until compliance is achieved.
Good morning. You were at this property yesterday?
Yes.
And has any compliance, partial or otherwise, been performed?
So there's a unique situation with this property. The owner or someone who is maintaining the property started to cut some of the excessive growth, but they stopped midway.
Okay, and when did you notice that? Yesterday?
So I've been monitoring this property for quite some time. The dates on the photos, if you go back to the posting, the date that I posted on, which was February 25th, I took additional photos because that's where I noticed that half of the structure was, the vacant lot was cut.
Okay, and these photographs that we're looking at, you took these photographs?
That is correct.
And do they truthfully and accurately represent the violations that you observed?
Yes.
All right, thank you, nothing further.
So this is just a vacant lot, is that it?
Yes.
And you said you've had no contact with the owner?
No contact. That is correct.
When you posted the property, where did you post it?
So if you go back to the posting, all the way to the top, I think I started off with the, so what I used here is I posted to the property using just a metal structure to post onto the property. And if you go back to my non-compliant photos, well, go back to the, yes, and scroll up. I keep going up. I think I captured it here. So basically the property, when they mowed half of the lot, they removed the sign that I post, whomever cut the lot, removed the sign, and then they placed the sign back. But I was able to post to the property by using a metal stake and just sticking it to the property.
Okay. All right, in case CE 24031647, I make the following findings of fact and law. If I notice sufficient, I find the property in violation of 18106B, having excessive growth. 7894C, the swales and parkway need to be sodded and seeded, and 18106K, the landscaping needs to be maintained in accordance with the city code. The respondent has 30 days to come into compliance or fine of $100 per day. May I issue?
Agenda item 21, case number CE 24031544, case address 3315 Eastview Avenue.
All right, good morning again. Donald Lattimore, Code Compliance Officer for the City of West Palm Beach. The property located at 3315 Eastview Avenue was cited on February 28th, 24, in response to an email complaint regarding landscape excessive growth, outside storage, and a restricted vehicle, which is a boat. During my initial inspection, the property was found to be in violation of the following: 18-106-B, excessive growth; 18-106-K, landscape maintenance; 74-34-A-1-H, trash container and public view; 98-94-C, parkway maintenance; 94-487-B-5, restricted vehicle. Service was accomplished by certified mail and first-class mail sent on March 6 of 24. In addition, both the property and City Hall were posted on March 6, 24th. Please note all of the violations are now in compliance except for 94-487-B-5, which is the restricted vehicle, the boat. I have been in contact with the property owner, and the city is asking for an additional 60 days for compliance and $100 per day until compliance is achieved.
And for the record, there's only one violation still outstanding, and that is 94-487-B5, the screening restricted vehicles?
Correct.
That's the boat?
Correct.
And have you been in contact with the property owner?
Yes.
And have you discussed the boat with him?
That is correct.
Did he indicate to you one way or the other his plan for the boat?
Yes, and we both agreed 60 days is a significant amount of time, and we also agreed that a 100-day ask will suffice.
Okay, and you took the photographs in the file?
Yes.
And do they truthfully and accurately represent the violations as you observed them?
Yes.
Okay, nothing further from the city?
Just the boat, and you guys agreed 60 days was enough time?
Correct. Correct.
All right, in case CE 2403154, make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of Code Section 9447B5, a boat that is not properly screened. Responded to 60 days to bring the property in compliance, or fine of $100 per day may issue.
Agenda item 22, case number CE 24021535, case address 1020 36th Street.
All right. Good morning again. Donald Lattimore, Code Compliance Officer for the City of West Palm Beach. The property located at 1020 36th Street was cited on February 27, 24, due to a damaged fence I observed while on routine patrol. During my initial inspection, the property was found to be in violation of the following: 94-302-A-4, which is the fence repair maintenance; 94-302-A-3, fence permit; and also 26-35, which is a repeat violation for the fence repair. And for the repeat violation, the case number that I would like to reference is CE 221-20218. Service was accomplished by certified mail and first-class mail sent on March 6, 24. In addition, both the property and City Hall were posted on March 6 of 24. I have been in contact with a representative of the property. She is the owner of the property. And the city is asking for an additional 60 days for compliance and $100 per day thereafter until compliance is achieved. Please note that as of 4/15/24, all of the violations are not in compliance. And for the repeat violation, the city is asking for a one-time fee of $150.
Good morning. In some of the photographs, I just want to kind of clarify something.
Sure.
In some of the photographs, there was a portion of the fence that was repaired. Did you see that?
Yes, so that portion of the fence was repaired. But if you continue to make your way around the fence, you'll see that the integrity of the structure of the fence, there are other areas that need to be repaired as well. The portion that was repaired is the go-to portion. This property has been cited a few times for a fence repair. and every time that portion of the fence needs to be repaired. So after speaking with the owner, it was their assumption that that was the only portion of the fence that needed to be repaired. I explained that there were more sections of the fence that needed to be repaired, and a fence permit was also needed, which will mitigate some of the problems that I think that they are having with this particular fence.
And the fence permit violation, was that issued because of the work, this photograph we're seeing here, the fence was fixed without a permit?
So the fence was put up to begin with without a permit. And so in addition to not having a permit, the work that is needed to properly repair the fence and bring the fence up to code will include a fence permit.
Okay, and as of today, are you aware of whether or not the owner has applied and received the permit?
As of today, this morning I checked, and no, the permit process has not been started yet.
And you took the photographs we're looking at today?
That is correct.
And do they truthfully and accurately represent your observations of the violations?
Yes.
Nothing further from the city.
What was the initial violation that they repeat violated?
That was for the fence repair, and that violation was cited December 20th of 2022.
That was 94302A4?
94302A4, correct.
Okay, so there's two code sections at issue here, 94302A3, which is the repair they recently did without a permit. Is that essentially that? And then 94302.
For clarification, due to the previous fence repairs for this particular property, the owner automatically assumed that repairing the fence is all that she needed to do. So they automatically went to that one section to repair that section of the fence, but a permit is also needed as well. So the fence permit is needed in general. There's no permit to have this fence at all.
So the fence itself doesn't have a permit?
That is correct.
So previously they repaired a fence that didn't have a permit? Is that what happened before?
Yes, and to my understanding, there was only a few pickets that was missing from the fence. So there was no hardcore work that was needed for the fence, to my knowledge. But that is correct.
So A3 is because there's no permit, and A4 is because it's in disrepair? Is that essentially it?
Yes.
And you want to give them 60 days to bring A3 in compliance, and you want to give them a one-time fine of $150 for A4?
That is correct.
Because A4 is a repeat violation.
Yes.
And you said you spoke to the respondent?
Yes.
All right, in case CE 2402153, make the following findings of fact. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 94302A3, having a fence without a permit. I give the respondent 60 days to bring the property in compliance by obtaining a fence permit within, or a fine of $100 per day may issue. I make further finding that there's a violation of 94302A4, which is a fence in disrepair. I make further finding that said violation constitutes a repeat violation under the code of the city of West Palm Beach. I hereby issue a one-time fine in the amount of $150.
Thank you.
We're on other matters.
Moving
right?
along to the police cases.
Special magistrate, if we may, request a 5-minute recess for a bathroom break.
When are these, the police cases scheduled for?
10:30.
For 10:30? Okay, let's take 10 minutes, actually.
Okay. Thank you, Special
We'll
Magistrate.
reconvene in 10.
Okay, so starting with agenda number 29, due to a numbering error, we're switching it to agenda item number 31, case number PD 24020418. Sorry, case address 509 25th Street.
And we're going to treat this as number 1. What did we say?
Number 31.
31, okay.
1909 North Tamarin?
31, just
No, it's
for,
1909 or 509?
let me do this. How many people have not, well, I'm just going to, if you're going to testify and or you think you might testify, there's a possibility that you might testify in the upcoming cases, please rise and raise your right hand so I can swear you in. Anyone that's going to testify, anyone at all. If you're going to come up and say words.
Speak in a second, you're going to swear in.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida?
I do. I'm sorry, did you say we're doing 1909?
We are PD 24040418.
18. That should be
Address
509.
509 25th
509,
Street.
yes.
509. Okay. Good morning. Sergeant Timothy Coleman, City of West Palm Beach Police. On Thursday, March 28, 2024, I was a case agent for alcohol compliance operation. The point of this operation was to check the point-of-sale vendors are properly checking ID prior to selling alcohol. In order to do so, I used confidential sources that were under the age of 21 at the time, and funds from the West Palm Beach expenditure funds. At 20:55 hours, confidential source entered 511.
Sir, can you talk into the mic because I'm having trouble hearing you? Thank you, sir.
Approximately 20:55 hours, the confidential sources is 511 or 509, I believe it's 509. 25th Street, Tina's Markets. Upon entering the store, they picked up a single can of Heineken, which is 5% alcohol. They walked to the counter and were able to purchase the alcohol without having to produce ID. Following the buy, the company source came back out to my vehicle, gave me the alcohol. I came inside, made contact with the clerk, explained to him they'd sold alcohol to somebody under the age of 21 without properly checking ID. Based on this, I believe Tina's Markets' business failed Florida Statute 56211-111, City Ordinance 6-12. This is their fourth offense. City's asking for a one-time fine of $500.
Good morning, Officer Colvin. So just to recap, you had a underage individual go inside this establishment to purchase alcohol?
Say that again?
You had an underage individual, under 21, right?
Correct.
Go into the establishment to purchase alcohol?
Correct.
And when she went in to do that, what happened?
She went to the freezer, picked up the Heineken, came to the counter, made contact with the clerk, and the clerk sold her without properly checking ID.
Okay. And you said this was the fourth offense?
Yes, but I don't know what the time frame for the four offenses are. But it's, from my records, it's the fourth time that they have failed as a business.
Okay. Do you have an idea what time frame roughly with the previous three offenses?
I'm not sure. It's been, I don't know if it's probably been a year, maybe, over.
Okay. Nothing further from the city.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Good morning. My name is Christopher Allette.
I'm sorry, Christopher?
Allette.
Allette?
Allette, A-L-L-E-T-T-E.
Allette. Sir, you want to tell me anything?
First, I want to say that I apologize for selling to an underage or a minor. It wasn't in my intention to sell to a minor or underage person. The person did come up. The person looked of age. I asked him about how old he was. He told me 24. And I didn't go properly by asking him for his ID. So.
Sir, the city is asking for a one-time fine of $500. Do you object to that?
In my case, I'm paying a lot. Like, I'm a father of two kids. I pay child support and stuff of that sort. I wanted to know if it could be reduced or if any way I could get a payment plan.
I don't think there's any kind of payment plans.
Well, the fine's not assessed to him. It's assessed to the business. It's not assessed to you personally, correct?
I was the clerk at the time, so I'm the one that's going to have to pay the fine.
I don't know, does the city have any answers on any of those? I don't think so.
That is correct. The city maintains the fine amount request special magistrate.
Is there any way I could do it in payments?
Not to my knowledge.
To pay the fine?
Officer, did you have any opinion regarding the time?
No, I have no opinion on the time. It could be as long as it needs for him to do. As long as they don't continue to do so.
In special magistrate, we would, hold on the amount of the fine, but the time to pay that fine can be enlarged to your discretion.
What the city's telling me is I can give you more time, but the fine is the fine.
If you can, I would appreciate it.
How much time do you need?
About 30 days.
I'll give you 60.
Thank you.
All right, PD 240400418, I find a violation of 612 and order a one-time fine of $500 payable in 60 days.
Agenda item number 30, being switched to agenda item number 32, case number PD 240300410, case address 329 Clematis Street.
Good afternoon. Sergeant Colvin, City of West Palm Beach Police. On Thursday, February 15th, I was working a alcohol compliance operation to make sure that point-of-sale vendors were properly checking ID prior to selling alcohol. In the early mornings of Friday, Friday morning, early hours, around 0012 hours in the morning, the confidential sources approached Myers Lounge at 324 Clematis Street. The bouncer at the door asked for the identification. Said they didn't have one. They asked him, basically the quote was, just show me something. Confidential source showed a fake ID that was of a different sex and a different gender of the person presenting the ID. The bouncer then allowed the person inside the club. Once inside the club, they went to the bar, purchased a mixed drink, a lemon drop. Did not have to, from a white female bartender, did not have to produce ID or say their age. Based on this, I believe that Myers Lounge violated City Ordinance 6-12. This is their first offense, and we're asking for a $250 fine.
And Officer Colvin, what is the address?
329 Clematis Street.
Okay. And who took the photographs that we were just looking at in the file?
Of which one?
The bartender.
Bartender, that would be the confidential source.
Okay. Nothing else from the city?
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
It's Tony Close.
And what would you like to tell me, sir?
Since the action, we have let go of the door guy, and I have ordered handhelds, and we're putting new procedures and protocols into place for that. I apologize for that instance. Hopefully it won't happen again.
Sir, I'm going to assess the fine of $250, but I can give you more time to pay if you need it. How much time do you need?
When do you want me to pay it by now?
I can give you 30 days, but you can pay it now if you want.
30 days is
PD
fine.
240300410, I make a finding that a violation of 612 did occur. I issue a one-time fine in the amount of $250 payable 30 days. Thank you, sir.
Agenda item number 35, switching to agenda item number 37, case number PD 240300411, case address 329 Clematis Street.
Once again, Sergeant Colvin, City of West Palm Beach Police. On Friday, February 16th, I was a case agent for an alcohol compliance operation designed to check point-of-sale vendors that are properly checking ID prior to selling alcohol. In order to do so, I employed the use of confidential sources that were under the age of 21 at the time of the operation. The late hours of that Friday, this would be the second, later the following day, the immediate following day from the night they failed prior, sent the confidential source back to the door. They had an ID that was a different sex, different gender. They were able to get into the bar with using that. Once inside, they again purchased a lemon shot. And I believe Myers Lounge again failed the City Ordinance 6-12. This now would be their second offense, and a $500 fine.
How far apart were these two?
About 24 hours. I did it one Thursday, Friday night, and then just under 24 hours. They had the one on Thursday, and to be honest, I thought that was a fluke. So I was going back out again to do other places, so I didn't think they'd fail again with the same stuff, and they did.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nothing from the city.
Go ahead, sir. I presume you're going to tell me the same thing, that you,
Yeah, I mean, I let the guy go when I found, I didn't know about the first offense. Obviously, I got both of them notified at the same time. No one notified in between us that we had failed. That's not a reason to fail twice anyway. But since then, I have let go of the door guy once again. I have talked to my bartenders, making sure they're all IDing if they see anyone that looks of underage. Like I said, I ordered the scanner. We're using the scanners now for underage drinking and or underage IDs. And
was it the same guy on both days as the?
I'm not 100% sure.
No.
The document says no, but I don't know. They switch on and off, but he would know better than me.
Yeah, well, it's going to be important that you do better training, especially if it was more than one guy. I'm going to issue a one-time fine, 30 days. $500. Good luck.
Same.
I hope not to see you again.
Same time frame.
I'll give you 30 days.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 31, changing to 33, case number PD 24040415, case address 1909 North Tamarind Avenue.
You said 1-5 was the last?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, it's,
1909 North Tamarind.
yes.
Good afternoon, Sergeant Cohen, City of West Palm Beach Police. On Thursday, March 28th, I was a case agent for alcohol compliance operation, assigned to check point of sale vendors that are properly checking AD prior to selling alcohol. At approximately 39 hours, competent source entered 1909 North Tamarind Quick Stop. Upon entering, they retrieved a single can of natural light beer, which is 5% alcohol by volume. The competent source was able to purchase without having to produce proper ID. Following the buy, they exited the store, came back to my vehicle, and I then went inside, made contact with the clerk, took a picture of the clerk and the alcohol that they sold, and let them know that they sold to somebody underage. I believe the Quick Stop as a business violated City Order 6-12. This is their third offense. We're asking for a $500 fine.
And just for the record, what date did this occur?
Thursday, March 28th, 2024.
Nothing from the city.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Edward Page.
Mr. Page, are you an attorney?
No, I'm a non-attorney, sir.
And what's your relation with the business
I've been
here?
hired as a consultant to help them put in the proper procedures to avoid this underage drinking.
Is there anything you want to tell me, sir?
Yes, what we're going to do, that employee was terminated, and they're going to input mandatory monthly training for all of the clerks that they have there. And they're also going to order a POS system that will prompt the cashier at that point to make sure they ID anybody that's with the barcode of scanning the alcohol or beverages.
I think that's a good practice going forward. I'm going to issue the one-time fine in the amount of $500. This is a third offense. Does your client need any additional time, or is 30 days sufficient?
30 days is sufficient, Your Honor.
All right, one-time fine, $500 for violation of 6-12, 30 days to pay.
Special Magistrate, may I inquire if we have records as to the association this gentleman has as a consultant with the property owner? Do we have anything in our records stating such? Was anything filed? No?
Not with me.
Do you have a card or any indication or anything that we can just add to the records to know that the property owner was represented here at the hearing, given the number?
Thank you. I should have done that myself.
That's okay. That's why we're here.
Are you the owner? The owner's here too as well.
He's the owner of the property. He's not the owner of the business. He's the landlord.
Okay. And is there any paperwork, any contract, that you may not have today, but you can submit with the court?
Absolutely.
With the city and our records, please?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Agenda item number 34, switching to 36, case number PD 040412, case address 1909 North Tamarind Avenue.
Gentlemen, you guys are up again.
Sir, you have two cases. I'm calling the second one.
All right, Sergeant Colvin, City of West Palm Beach Police. This one's actually prior to the one we just spoke about. It was just in different order when we brought it up here. On Monday, March 18th, 2024, case agent for alcohol compliance operation designed to check point-of-sale vendors that they're properly checking ID prior to selling alcohol. At approximately 1,500 hours on that day, the confidential sources entered 1909 North Tamarind Stop and Shop. Upon entering the store, the confidential sources retrieved a 4-pack of Stella Artois, or however you pronounce it, 5% alcohol by volume. The confidential sources were not asked for, or did not have to produce proper ID, and was able to purchase the alcohol. Following the buy, they came back to my vehicle. I made contact with the clerk, took a picture of them and the alcohol that was sold, let them know that they sold to someone underage. This was actually their second offense. This came before, but was still asking for a $500 fine.
In this particular offense, what was the date?
March 18th, 2024.
Nothing else.
So these were 10 days apart?
Yes.
Same clerk, looks like?
Same clerk. You'll see there's several of this.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nope, nothing else from the city.
Sir, would you like to make your appearance?
Yes, as I stated, or Edward Page on behalf of Quick Stop. As I said earlier, we terminated that particular employee and the other procedures that we're going to put in place to make sure this doesn't happen again.
All right, in case PD 24040412, fine violation of 612, second offense, $500 fine payable 30 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Agenda item number 32, switching to 34, case number PD 24040413, case address 2121 North Tamarind Avenue. And then there's also another one for that agenda item number 37, switching to 39, case number PD 24040416, case address 2121 North Tamarind Avenue.
Good afternoon, Sergeant Colvin, City of West Palm Beach Police. On Monday, March 18th, 2024, I was a case agent for an alcohol compliance operation designed to check point-of-sale vendors that they're properly checking ID prior to selling alcohol. In order to do so, I used confidential sources that were under the age of 21 at the time of the operation. At approximately 1440 hours, the confidential sources entered 2121 North Tamarind, Adams Grocery. They picked up a 12-pack of Twisted Tea, which is 5% alcohol by volume. They were able to purchase the alcohol without use of proper ID. Following the buy, I made contact with the clerk, and those are two different locations. Explained to them that they had just sold alcohol to a minor. This is their second offense. The city's asking for a $500 fine.
There's a second case here as well.
They do have a second case here as well.
Why don't we just call them both at the same time?
Yeah, agenda item number 37, switching to 39, case number PD 24040416, case address 2121 North Tamarind Avenue.
In regards to that case, it's March 28th, 2024. I was checking point-of-sale vendors that are properly checking IDs as well. At 20:35 hours, they entered Adams Market at 2121, and this time they purchased a single can of Four Loko, and were able to purchase without presenting ID. Went back inside, made contact with the clerk, and explained to them that they had sold alcohol to a person underage.
Same clerk again?
Same clerk. $500 fine. He'll be here again.
And just so the record's clear, what was the first case? What date did that happen?
The first offense was March 18th, second offense March 28th.
So 10 days?
Yes.
Okay, nothing from the city.
I am so sorry for that things happened, but he totally made a mistake. I'm sorry for that. It's not going to happen again.
Is he still employed at your business?
Yes, right now, because we had a very hard time to get the night.
I understand. You know he failed again since then.
Yeah. We try to train him as much as we can possible. We already try to upgrade our system and everything. So hopefully it's not going to happen again.
I hope not. All right, in PD 24040413, I find a violation of Code Section 612, As this is the second offense, I issue a one-time fine in the amount of $500. In case PD 2404016, I find another violation of section 612. As this is a third offense, one-time fine in the amount of $500. All payable within 30 days.
Agenda item 33, case, switching to 35, case number PD 24040417, case address 717 North Tamarind Avenue.
Good afternoon. Sergeant Colvin, City of West Palm Beach Police. On Thursday, March 28th, 2024, I was a case agent for a alcohol compliance operation designed to check point-of-sale vendors that they're properly checking ID prior to selling alcohol. In order to do so, I was using confidential sources that were under the age of 21 at the time of the buy. At approximately 20:15 hours, confidential source entered 717 North Tamarind, downtown food area. They picked up 2 cans of Four Loko, 13% alcohol by volume. They were able to buy the alcohol without use of proper ID. Following the buy, they came back to me and then gave me the beer. I went inside, made contact with the clerk, got a picture of the clerk, and then explained to them that they had just sold to individuals under the age of 21. This is their first offense. We believe they violated City Ordinance 6-12. We're asking for a one-time fine of $250.
Is this their first offense to your knowledge?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Nothing from the city?
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Mohammed Rahman.
Sorry, one more time.
Mohammed Rahman.
Vermond?
Yes.
Mr. Vermond, is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Good morning. First of all, I would like to apologize for whatever happened that day. So as I talked to, it was not me, there was a clerk. So whatever he explained to me, he said that whoever brought it on the counter, he asked for the age, and they told him it's 22. And he, by mistake, he did not ask for the ID. So that was the thing, and the officer caught him like that.
I guess they're in PD 24040417. This is a first offense, violation of section 612, one-time fine, $250 payable within 30 days. I hope not to see you again, sir. Good luck.
Agenda item 36, switching to 38, case number PD 24040414, case address 1401 North Tamarind Avenue.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sergeant Colvin, City of West Palm Beach Police. On Monday, March 18th, I was a case agent for an alcohol compliance operation designed to check point-of-sale vendors that they're properly checking ID prior to selling alcohol. At 14:30 hours, I sent the confidential sources into 1401 North Tamarind, Sam's Food Market. Upon entering the confidential source, picked up a 6-pack of Mike's Hard Lemonade, 5% alcohol by volume. The confidential sources were able to purchase the alcohol without producing proper ID. Following the buy, they exited the store, gave the alcohol to me. I went inside, made contact with the clerk, explained to them that they had sold to someone under the age of 21. I believe that the business of Sam's Food Market has violated City Ordinance 6-12. This is their first offense. We're asking for a $250 fine.
Nothing from the city.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Yeah, my name is ATM Zair.
Sorry, one more time, a little bit slower into the mic, please.
Yeah. Alpha Tango Mike Zulu Alpha Hotel India Romeo. ATM Zair. And last name is Mahmoud. MAHAMMUD.
Sir, is there anything you'd like to tell me?
So that day, 2 girls came and I asked them ID. They told me we are 23. 20, and even she told me the date of birth, 2001 some. So still I was confused. Then first one of my regular customers told me, yeah, they are good, they are my neighbors, something like that. Then still it's my fault. I apologize for that, you know.
You understand that you have to ask for the ID in the future?
Yeah. I asked them ID, yeah. They told no, I mistake. I kept it at home. I'm 23.
All right, in case PD 2404014, I find a violation of Code Section 612, I issue first-time offense, one-time fine, $250 payable 30 days.
And that completes the police cases.
Are we scheduled for 11:30 on other matters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna take a recess till 11:30. you riding solo here, or is she coming back? All right, fair enough. All right, I call us back into order. This is the other matters agenda for the City of West Palm Beach magistrate hearings. Cases are going to be called in the order in which they appear on the agenda. When you hear your case called, go ahead and proceed to the podium on my right-hand side. The city will put on its testimony and evidence first, after which time you will be able to tell me anything that you would like me to know. Most of these appear to be fine reduction cases. In the case of fine reductions, I am compelled to follow the city code's requirements to reduce a fine. So the most important, if you are asking for a fine reduction, is to specifically tell me what you are asking me to do and give me the reasons, hopefully ones that are within the city code, for reducing the fine to the amount that you are requesting. If you're going to testify today, or you think you might testify, there's a possibility that you might testify, I'm going to ask that you rise and raise your right hand so you can be sworn in. Anyone testifying? Please stand, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of Florida?
I do.
All right, please be seated. Go ahead and call the first one.
So agenda item 0 changing to agenda item number 23, case number CE 17110438, case address 1152 Okeechobee Boulevard.
That one is rescheduled.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually listed as complied. I apologize.
No
All right, so the next one, agenda item listed as 0, changing to 24, case number CE 19080192, case address 416 Upland Road. No one signed in for that one? Okay.
Is anyone here on this case?
I don't think the respondent is present.
All right, why don't we skip that one and go to the next?
Okay. Agenda item number 23, switching to 25, case number CE 18060396, case address 1235 Owl Point Circle.
Good morning, Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The property at 1235 Owl Point Circle was originally cited in June of 2018. That was originally cited for interior demolition, interior remodel without a permit. There was a stop work order issued as of May 23rd, 2017. This went to a special magistrate hearing October 3rd, 2018. It was ordered for the fine to start running as of December 3rd, 2018 at $100 a day. That ran for 1,108 days for a total of $110,800 and was complied December 15th, 2021. This case was, in this case, service was achieved by way of certified mailing. It is the same owner, only one case under their ownership with code enforcement. Magistrate, we do have an agreement beforehand to reduce the fine to $8,000 payable within 30 days.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Stanley Klett, K-L-E-T-T. I'm here with William St. John, the owner.
Mr. Klett, did you reach an agreement with the city to reduce this fine to $8,000 within 30 days?
Yes, sir.
All right, based upon the agreement of the parties, I'm going to reduce the fine to $8,000 payable within 30 days. If it's not paid within those 30 days, it returns to the original amount. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Would I get a receipt, bill today, or?
I don't think we do that anymore.
Oh,
Just give me a moment and I'll get it to you.
okay, thank you. Good to see you again, Mr. Wagner.
All right, agenda item number 26, agenda item number 24, changed to 26, case number CE 22040235, case address 6618 Little Court.
This is 6618 Lytle Court?
Lytle Court, yes, sir.
Lytle Court, okay. I'm sorry, go ahead, sir.
You're fine. Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The address at 6618 Lytle Court was originally cited April 9th, 2022. They were cited for Florida Building Code 107.1 interior alterations interior and exterior alterations, done without a permit. This went to a special magistrate hearing. He did not notate this. On May 17th, 2023. In this case, service was achieved by way of posting and certified mail. It is the same owner. Only 2 cases with code enforcement under their ownership. So the city, we do have an agreement beforehand to reduce this. City would like to reduce this fine from $950 to $100 payable within 30 days.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Abraham Macias Carrillo.
Mr. Macias, you're the owner of this property?
Yes.
The city tells me that you've agreed to a reduced fine in the amount of $100 payable within 30 days. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, 250, say?
We'd like to reduce it to 100, sir.
$100 payable within 30 days?
Yes.
Okay. In case CE 220400235, I reduce the fine to $100 payable within 30 days.
Okay, thank you.
Agenda item number 25, switching to 27, case number CE 17070071, case address 2425 Erie Place.
This number is really throwing me. This is the Erie case, right? Erie
Correct.
Place?
425 Erie Place. All right, Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The address at 425 Erie Place was originally cited July 6, 2017. They were cited for a new fence that was installed without a permit. This went to special magistrate hearing September of 2017, and it was ordered for the fine to start running as of September 17, 2017. That ran for 2,403 days at $100 a day for a total of $240,300. This is the same owner, 10 cases under their ownership with code enforcement. City requests a reduction of 10%, which would be $24,030, Your Honor.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
My name is Alma Perman. I am the wife of Juan Mejia, who is the owner of the home.
Is he
It's
behind
under-
you?
Yes.
Yes.
It's under his name.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me what you're asking for and why I should grant it to you.
We don't believe, we did not install a fence. The gate fell over of the fence. He picked it up and tightened the hinges so our dog would not get out. At the time that we did that, they did inform us that we needed a permit. We came, got the permit, but we did not know anything about permits, so we didn't know that the permit needed to be closed. And that was what started this lien. We had no idea this lien was there until we're selling our home now to move out of the state and find this lien, which is, we were just, didn't understand why. And we've had code enforcement come out and they didn't even know what they were looking at either. The fence now, I've hurt my shoulder trying to, the door is falling off again, but we're afraid to do anything because of this issue. Of course, as soon as they told us we needed a permit, we came back and did it, but at the time, they didn't guide us as to, we need to have it inspected, and we thought we came, we paid the fee to open the permit, and that was it to us. So, I mean, we don't have that kind of money to be paying. Even the $24,000 to us is too much, way too much.
How many cases under this?
There's been 10 different cases with code enforcement for various different violations over the last decade or so.
That's a lot of cases for code enforcement.
I know, but they've been like, they didn't like where our garbage can was, so we moved that. They didn't like a few things, he loves motorcycles, so he does stuff with his motorcycles. They didn't like a few things in our garage, there was I just came the other day to pay a fee of something, the grass and bushes were cut before he took ownership of the home. And that was against him too. It's not, I mean, to me, it wasn't fair that something that we had nothing to do. I understand now that when you buy a home, whatever lien is there goes towards you. But I don't think, they haven't been things that we have purposely let go of or not, as soon as we are notified about something, we take care of it. So we don't knowingly, do things to get these fees. We don't have money like that to be paying all the time.
I appreciate that, though. It's not really the city's job to be your property maintenance notifier. You're supposed to do these things before they do them, but putting that aside for a second, what are you asking me to do?
I mean, I guess we have to pay some kind of fee, right? I'm just
would think
asking
so.
you to be reasonable to, I don't know, sorry, young people that are just we're trying to move on from here with our family. It's just too much money to live here. So, I mean, for us to sell our home and have to pay $24,000 out of that, that's losing a lot of money to us. That's going towards a new home.
Do you need a minute? It's okay, you can take a minute if you need.
We've tried to do things by the law. We don't bother anybody. We try to do things right. And we had no idea this was going on. We would have taken care of it right away had we gotten warnings or something that this lien was open. But it wasn't until we put our home for sale and they found the other person's, whoever does the lien search, they
Right.
found this, and we were just like, we would never in our right mind let it get to that point. Because it's not money we have to just,
So you have to ask me for something. What are you asking me to do?
for forgiveness of this, and
I can't do that, but,
Right. We're gonna go with what you think is reasonable, but I'm asking you to,
yeah, you have to ask me for something.
I don't know what I'm asking. Just I guess, something that you would think we can afford? I don't know.
Well, I can't know that. That's why you have to ask.
Right. I mean, right now, I can tell you I have zero money in my bank account, so I don't know. What am I supposed to
See,
do?
if you ask me for something, I can go to the city and ask them what they think about that, and then we could negotiate, but you have to ask me.
Just a low amount. I mean, I think with them asking for 24,000, that's still a lot of money for us.
In fairness to the city, and I know, and I agree with you, 24,000 is still a lot of money. When you came into this room, it was 232,000.
Right.
Right, so the city coming down to essentially 24,000 was a very substantial step back from what is owed, right? So, and I understand that that's still a lot of money. I get that. I mean, it's a lot of money to me too. But it's not that they weren't willing to work with you, because they cut their fine by 90% just, as an offer. So, but I'm willing to go lower than that, but I need you to ask me for something.
For you to lower that?
Well, I need you to ask me for an amount, to give me an amount that you think is appropriate to pay.
Don't do that. I don't know, $1,000? I mean, like I said, $100 is a lot to us. So it's like, I don't even know what to ask for that you wouldn't think is ridiculous.
Well, I don't think anything is ridiculous. I will tell you, I think 1,000 is probably lower than I would go, but let me see what the city thinks.
Special Magistrate, I think they've elaborated some compelling circumstances. I think 1,000 is low, but given their circumstances, I'll leave it to the discretion of the Special Magistrate on this one.
I'll tell you what. I'll lower it to 1,500 payable within 30 days. Is that enough time?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry, can I ask another question? How, do I get paperwork on that
Yes, right there.
from, okay, thank you, sorry.
Sorry, agenda item number 26, changing to 28, case number CE 21080237, case address 344 Pilgrim Road. And then we also have case number CE 221000154, case address 344 Pilgrim Road.
Would you like to take them one at a time, Magistrate?
Same property?
Same property, same address, just two different case numbers.
Let's just do them both then.
Okay. Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement, for case number CE 210800237. This case was originally cited by Code Enforcement in August of 2021 for having no rental license or COU and the property being advertised for rent. This case went to magistrate hearing October 6, 2021. It was ordered for the fine to start November 8th, 2021 at $200 a day. That ran for 641 days for a total of $128,200. That was complied August 11th, 2023. Service in this case was achieved by way of posting. It is the same owner, two cases under their ownership with Code Enforcement. Myself and the owner's legal representative do have an agreement beforehand to reduce this fine to $10,000 payable within 30 days.
Is that for 237?
237, yes, sir.
Sir, would you like to make an appearance?
Yes, sir. Kerry Sable on behalf of the owner, Neil McCollum.
Mr. Single, the city is representing that you've agreed to reduce the fine from $128,200 to $10,000 payable within 30 days. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct.
All right, in case CE 210800237, fine is reduced to $10,000 payable within 30 days. If not paid within that time period, returns to the original amount.
Thank you.
Hang on, we got one more.
Yep.
All right. Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement, for case number CE 221000154. This case was originally cited by Code Enforcement October 8th, 2022. They were cited for a multitude of violations, hedges being overgrown, encroaching, the sidewalk blocking the right-of-way, the sidewalk and driveway and walkways needing to be pressure washed or cleaned, trash and debris that were present on the property, outdoor storage, as well as overgrowth of the trees and other hedges in the yard. This went to a special magistrate hearing November 2nd, 2022. It was ordered for the fine to start as of November 17th, 2022. That ran for 267 days at $100 a day for a total of $26,700. This was complied August 11th of 2023. Service in this case was achieved by way of posting. It is, again, the same owner, two cases under their ownership with Code Enforcement. We also have an agreement beforehand to reduce this fine to $5,000 payable within 30 days.
you like to make your appearance again?
Yes, Kerry Sable for the owner, Neil McCullum.
City's representing an agreement to reduce the fine to $5,000 payable within 30 days. Is that your understanding as well, sir?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
All right, in case CE 221000154, fine is reduced to $5,000 payable within 30 days. If not paid within that time period, fine returns to the original amount.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, sir.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 28, switching to 30, case number CE 18030556, case address 337 Walton Boulevard.
It's got to be you. I think it's the last one, and you're the last one here, so closing down the meeting with me, huh?
We do have 416 Upland.
Oh, we have
that
one
did
more?
show
Okay.
up. Yeah, we
All
got
right,
one
so
more.
you're not the last one.
All right, Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The property at 337 Walton Boulevard was originally cited March 29, 2018 by Code Enforcement for various issues. Sod needed in the yard, as well as the swell, a rental license, as well as certificate of use violation and landscape maintenance needed at the property. It went to a special magistrate hearing May 2nd of 2018. It was ordered for the fine to start as of June 4th, 2018. That ran for 147 days at $100 a day for a total of $14,700. This was complied October 29th, 2018. Service in this case was achieved by way of posting. This is the same owner, 5 cases with Code Enforcement under their ownership. So the city requests a reduction of 25% of the lien, which is a total of $3,675.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
Okay, my name is Andrea Chauncey, and I'm actually in behalf of Chauncey Enterprises, which
Are you the owner of Chauncey Enterprises?
I was, but I had a serious stroke in the beginning of
sorry to hear that.
23. And I'm lucky to be alive, believe it or not, but I turned everything over to my daughter, Summer Chauncey, so she owns.
Is that your daughter sitting here?
Yes, and because the doctor had told me I need to back up. So anyways, in reference to this, I didn't know anything about it. I had looked at a magazine. This is how I started. And it was one of these homes and gardens, landscaping, architectural. And I saw this beautiful lawn with mulch, and it looked gorgeous with a palm tree in the middle. So I said, I'm going to do the same thing. And I went ahead and we tore up all the grass, and I put all this beautiful mulch out there and the palm tree. And I didn't know anything. No one ever sent me any mail. They say they did, but I honestly never got any mail. And no postal on the door, nothing. No certified anything. Anyways, one day I was out of the property, and Code Enforcement came by. They were looking for a rat. There was like a rat that was one of the neighbors had complained about. And we were just talking. He goes, you know, your place has been cited for this mulch. And I said, it was? He said, yes. I go, I'll clean it all up right away. Let's just say it happened on a Friday, and my memory is not that great, but it was cleaned up by Monday. And on Monday, it was completely done. New sod was down, everything was up, and that's it. And I had no notice whatsoever. Financially, things are very, very tough right now. My husband had passed away. I've just done a lot. But the bottom line is, I wasn't aware. And, okay. And other things you had mentioned about having Code Enforcement involved, I don't believe it was on this property. Because I have several properties. But regardless, this one here was a rental at the time, and
All right, well, just to cut to the chase, the city's offered to reduce it to $3,675. What are you asking me to do?
$300.
Did you say $300?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to do that. Can you tell me how service was accomplished here?
By way of posting as well as certified mail.
We have.
The affidavit of posting, there's the affidavit of posting right there.
Can I see the affidavit of posting?
If it's certified.
And do we have a return receipt for the mail? Show me the picture of the posting, actually. Right there. Go back.
He just wanted
We
to
just
see the
had it a
picture of
second
the
ago.
posting. He just wanted to see a picture of the posting.
It was just opening.
It opened. It opened, Monique. Go back to that tab.
And I want you to know, I'm not at the property a lot. The property
no,
is
good.
just an investment. It's a rental property.
You had it like a minute ago.
May I have the address that they sent this certified mail to and the address they sent the actual mail to?
I didn't hear the question, ma'am.
The address, may I have where the certified mail went in the actual mail
We use the
itself?
address that's listed on with the property appraiser's address. Magistrate has that property appraiser's printout in front of him.
Let's see here. Walton Beach.
The current one is the PO Box 210941, Royal Palm Beach, Florida.
Well, no.
That's according to,
was-
that's
it's
according
been
to PAPA.
changed. No, I definitely changed that about a year and a half ago when I moved, but I did get my mail from there, but it wasn't.
Okay,
but
that's just the address that's listed on PAPA as of yesterday when I pulled it.
Yesterday, okay, well, we need to change that.
So
I
the-
did change it with
the address that,
code was, I changed it with Monique.
Hold on one second, man.
so the address that was on file when the case was initiated, as far as the mailing address is concerned, was 9851 Woolworth Court,
For
Wellington,
that-
Florida.
That is where I was living, yes.
Correct. So
So
that
I-
is where it would have been sent to.
Never got the mail, so I wanted to see the certified receipt, who signed, because it absolutely was not me.
Is the green card in there?
I would jump on it right away.
Okay.
Ma'am, while she's calling that up, can you tell me who was living at this property at the time? Was it a rental property at the time?
Rental property, and I had Guatemalans were living there, and I don't know. Oh, would you ask how many tenants? I didn't hear, okay, could you please repeat it? I didn't.
And you didn't have a rental license for the property? Even
Oh,
though
of course I did. I always had a rental license, yes. Yes, I did.
Says here you did not.
From the day, I've had other rental properties, 47th Street and West Palm Beach, I've always had a renter's license. What? Now? Oh.
Hold on. April 2nd to Wellington, Florida. Well, it was certainly posted on the property.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know what to make out of that, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
So let me ask the code officer, I got violations on here of, business tax, rental license, landscaping, certificate of use. Were those all part of this, fine?
As far as this particular violation, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
When did the rental license come into compliance at the same time? Because the respondent is telling me that they had a rental license the whole time.
So the rental license, per the case notes, the rental license was applied for and inspected and brought into compliance April 30th of 2018.
And what was out of compliance about it? The lack of an inspection?
Well, they needed to apply, have the inspection, and then obviously pass that inspection.
Well, I gotta be honest, in light of the fact that there is good notice here, I'm not sure if you got it or not, but it looks like it was certainly posted on the property.
It wasn't, and also a certified letter.
I'm looking at a picture of it posted on the property.
Could I see it?
Yeah.
Well, it's not the posting, I want to know the certified letter. If I had renters there, I most certainly didn't get it. The certified letter, I'd like to know if I signed it, because anytime I've had any problems, and unfortunately, when you have a lot of rentals, et cetera, you're going to have issues. I've always taken care of it like immediately.
2, 3, 4, 6. So that's the posting. On 4/20/2018. And I'm sure there's an affidavit in the file that it was sent certified in regular mail. Can we see the affidavit?
Also, somebody could have taken it down, whoever lived there, that lived there, because I would think you would put a sticker up there.
All right, here's the affidavit. Hold on, let me look at what it says. It was mailed by first-class mail to the property owner at the address listed in the tax collector's office for taxes and any address provided by the property owner as required by law. So the city has offered to reduce it from $14,700 to $3,675, and you've asked me to reduce it to $300. I'll tell you what I will do. I'll reduce it to $2,500.
But I
How
can't
much
pay
time do you
the,
need?
I don't have it right now to pay.
I can give you
Except-
time.
How much time?
Ask me.
Well, I'm trying to get a construction loan, so I don't know how long something like that takes, maybe 6 months. I'm really not sure. Maybe less. What? Excuse me.
It's okay.
I don't really, as soon as I get the loan, I will get you paid immediately.
Tell you what, I'll give you 36.
What do you think? for a loan?
I'll give you 180 days.
That would be 6 months. Yeah, that should be plenty.
So CE 180305556, reduced to 2,500, payable 180 days.
Thank you. Thank you.
Agenda item 0, switching to agenda item number 23, case number CE 17110438, case address 1152 Okeechobee, I apologize, wrong one. Case number CE 19080192, case address 416 Upland Road.
This was one of those that was a 0, right? I thought we did
Yes.
this one. We didn't do this one?
This was the one where the respondent didn't, it was called, but the respondent wasn't here
Oh,
at the time.
okay. All right, fair enough. Okay,
All right.
last but not least.
Officer Williams.
Give me one second. Have you been sworn in yet, sir?
Oh, yes, he
No,
needs to
I'm
be
not,
sworn
sorry, I
in.
was about 2 minutes late.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be truthful and accurate under penalty of perjury on the laws of the state of Florida?
I do.
All right, he's going to present, and then you can tell me what you're asking me for.
All right. Officer Williams, City of West Palm Beach Code Enforcement. The address at 416 Upland Road was originally cited by Code Enforcement July 13th, 2019. They were cited for mechanical work done without a permit and inspections needed. Stop work order was issued, looks like at the same time, July 13th, 2019. This went to a special magistrate hearing in March 18th of 2020. It was ordered for the fine to start as of May 20th, 2020. This ran for 1,366 days at $50 a day for a total of $68,300. This was complied February 15th of 2024. Service in this case was achieved by way of posting. This was done under the previous owner. I believe this is the new owner of the property that's here before us today. Is that correct?
Actually, it's my nephew's the owner, but he's out of the country right now.
Okay.
So I came on his behalf.
Gotcha, okay. So being that this was done on the previous owner, the city is requesting a reduction to 10% of the lien, which was $6,830.
Sir, can you tell me your name?
Mike Molina?
And you are the uncle of the owner?
Yes, sir.
You're a good uncle to show up for one of these, huh? So tell me what you're asking me for and why I should grant it to you.
Okay. Basically, the unit was put in back in 2016 by the previous owner, and they were supposed to do it earlier. We thought they pulled a permit. We assumed they would have pulled a permit, but it wasn't. So when we found out, basically in March.
Never assume.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what happens. But it was right around COVID. It was March, whatever it was, and everything kind of just got swept by the wayside. The unit was actually replaced in 2016. So in 2019, I guess is when they found out, the city realized it, or I don't know how it happened, but that's when the fine started, 2020, the fine started. Anyway, long story short, it kind of we were going to do it, and it just kind of got by the wayside with COVID and everything was going on, got busy at work, whatever. It just wasn't done. There was also a discrepancy between the city and the building department and the work that was done, because there was a compatibility issue with the air handler and the condensing unit. Ends up that there wasn't a compatibility issue, but that was decided after we changed out the whole unit, maybe about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. So, we spent $7,000 for no reason. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at. It wasn't done on purpose. The CS was already fixed. So it wasn't like, it was already done. So it wasn't like we were continuing doing the work after the fact or anything like that. So
what are you asking me for?
$1,000?
I don't think I can do that. The city's already offered to cut 90% from 68,300 to 6,830.
Split the baby? 3?
I'll tell you what, I'll cut it to 5.
Look, it's my nephew. He's a young kid. He's 22 years old.
Well, he walked in here with 68,000. He's going to walk out of here with 5.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
a pretty good deal.
But we spent $7,000 on a whole new unit when we didn't really have to either.
Well, tell me about that. What is that?
There was a the building department said that it was like, let's say it was a Rheem versus the same manufacturer, just the air handler was one thing and the condensing unit was another thing. Same manufacturer. It's like a four.
So during the permitting process, the city told you?
It was after the fact. We're trying to get the permit done so we can kind of stop everything.
Oh, and the city told you that
The city
you couldn't
said
permit
no.
it because
The
it was
city said,
non-compatible?
no, you can't, it doesn't work that way, it doesn't work that way. Basically, it's like saying I want to go buy I drive a GMC, but I can only find a part for a Chevrolet.
But it was
It's the
compatible.
same thing. Ends up, they said recently, yeah, you're right, it is compatible, it works. So,
All right. 3,500. Payable How much time you need?
30 days is fine.
30 days.
Thank you.
I think that's it, right?
That's it.
Seeing no further business before us, this meeting is hereby adjourned.